Ron Paul with your weekly update for July 27th. Healthcare continues to dominate the agenda on Capitol Hill as House leadership and the administration tries to ram through their big government healthcare plan. Fortunately, they have been unsuccessful so far, as there are many horrifying provisions tucked into this massive piece of legislation. One major issue is the state of funding of elective abortions. The administration has already removed many longstanding restrictions on abortion and is unwilling to provide straight answers to questions regarding the public funding of abortion in their plan. This is deeply troubling for those of us who do not want taxpayer dollars funding abortions. Forcing pro-life taxpayers to subsidize abortion is evil and tyrannical. I have introduced the Taxpayers Freedom of Conscience Act, H.R. 1233, which forbids the use of any taxpayers' funds for abortion, both here and overseas. The most basic function of government is to protect life. It is unconscionable that government would enable the taking of it. However, this is to be expected when government oversteps its constitutional bounds instead of protecting rights. When government supersedes this very limited role, it cannot help but advance the moral agenda of whoever is in power at the time at the expense of the rights of others. Free people should be left alone to follow their conscience and determine their own lifestyle as long as they do not interfere with other people doing the same. If morality is dictated by government, morality will change with every election. Even if you agree with the morality of the current politicians and think their ideas should be advanced, someday different people will inherit that power and use it for their own agendas. The wisdom of the Constitution is that it keeps government out of these issues altogether. Many say we must reform health care and treat it as a right because that is the moral thing to do. Poor people should not go without health care in a just society. But too many forget the immorality of stealing from others in order to make this so. They also forget the morality and compassion that naturally exists in communities when government is not fomenting class warfare with wealth redistribution programs. Many doctors willingly volunteer, accept barter or reduce payments from patients who can't pay or are giving away their services for free. Many charities help the poor with food, housing, and health care. These charities are much more responsive and accountable for helping people in need than government ever could be. This is the moral way that private individuals voluntarily deal with access to health care, but government intervention threatens to pull the rug out from this sort of voluntarism and replace it with mandates, taxes, red tape, wealth redistribution, and force. The fact that the national health care overhaul could force taxpayers to subsidize abortions and may even force private insurers to cover abortions is more reason that this bill and the ideas behind it are neither constitutional, moral, nor in the American people's best interest. Thanks for calling this update. A new update is placed on this number, 888-322-1414, every Monday morning. The written text of which can be found on my website, www.house.gov/Paul, under the heading Texas Straight Talk. Thanks for calling.